Hello, all you witches and wizards out there. Thank you for joining me on Harry Potter's birthday today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Matt. I'm the teen librarian at the Kinderhook Memorial Library, and I am a huge Harry Potter fan. So even though we can't have a Harry Potter birthday party event this year, I didn't want to do nothing. So I'm going to teach you all how to make a your own Harry Potter wand inspired by the movies so that we can celebrate The Boy Who Lived. Now, the nice thing about these wands is you can make them probably from things that you have at home, and you can make them as complicated or as simple as you like. The very basic thing you need is a plain white sheet of printer paper. You're also going to want to have a glue stick, or regular white glue will work too just fine, some paint and a paintbrush, and to add some flourishes at the end, you can use a hot glue gun and some glue sticks. I have some nice sparkly ones that look magical, and they work really well for this project. So as I make this video, you can try to follow along with me. I apologize for some of the weird angles, but let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is take this plain sheet of printer paper, and you're going to start to roll it up really tight. So this is how you're going to make the main bulk of your wand. It's really important, if you want it to be sort of the best possible wand you can make, you're going to want to make the roll as skinny as possible from the start, and then sort of work your way out. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it so you all can see what I'm doing. Start from one of the corners and really just roll all your way up. You want to try to go from one corner to the next. Now, this will also sort of set how long your wand is, so you can adjust it as much as you like. If you would like to make a short one, sorry, I'm used to doing it from the other direction, so it's a little bit, I'm just gonna flip it around. Okay, so you want to roll it up as tight as you can towards you. And it's tough. Like, this is actually trickier than it might seem, because you don't want to end up with a really fat wand, probably. It won't be really that sturdy. So, as I'm rolling it up, you could see it's a nice, thin, really solid piece of paper. It's just paper, but it's pretty thick and hard to bend, and that's what you want. If you end up, let me just show you a bad example here. So if you end up with a very thick wand, first of all, it sort of looks weird, a little less authentic, but the paper is also really crumbly still. It's more papery. So what you want to try to do is get that, oh, of course I have to do it all over again now. Try to get that wand as thin and sturdy as possible. The nice thing is, if you roll it up once, it's really easy to roll it up a second time. And you can also see the way I'm doing it. I happen to be making a pretty long wand this time. So even though the paper is only about 11 inches long, the wand, it might be a little bit longer than that even, because we're doing it from an angle. And you can adjust it for size by snipping off the ends if you like with a scissors. So that's that. I'll move on to the next step. It's actually just to secure it. We're going to use our glue stick for this one. Pop the top off. See if I can do it with one hand. Okay. So we're gonna take the glue stick, and we really just want to secure it on the end. So we're just gonna use like maybe an inch or two of the very end of the paper. Don't be afraid to go and glue your table a little bit. You can clean it off later. And now you're gonna secure that glued spot, and that should keep everything nice and rolled up. There you go. Now, hopefully, once you let go, you don't have to worry about it. Now you'll see you can see the pattern of the paper. That's okay. Once we paint over it, we shouldn't really see the spirals anymore. And if you do, there's actually, we'll get to that later on, but I think you can still recover from that. So wait for your glue to dry, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, we're getting ready to paint our wands now. As you can see, I got some newspaper to cover the surface, just to keep things nice and clean, and provide some reading material while you're painting. If you're interested. We don't have any daily profits, but we do have the New York Times art section, so that will be good enough for today. Now, when it comes to picking the color, you want to pick something, if you're familiar with Harry Potter, you know that the wands come in all different types of wood. There's beechwood, hollywood, oak wood. It's really up to you. You want to pick a lighter color for beechwood, a dark color if it's ebony, close to black. I have a color called holly green, which is actually a lot greener than I would normally do, but I think it's a nice color, which I'm going to do on my wand. So you just want to do a really easy layer. It's not going to take that long. It's just the drying that takes a little bit longer. You want to try to cover up all of the white spots that you possibly can. Now, you might be asking, why don't I just use green paper or brown paper? And that's, you totally could. I find that the paint gives it a nice glossy look, which I like a little bit more. And it covers up some of these lines from the paper wrapping that we did earlier. So you can see they're sort of smoothed out, and they'll get even smoother as the paint dries. All right, the last bit's always a little bit tough, so I'm actually gonna lay it down on my newspaper and just paint it that way. 2 layers is not a bad idea, 2 layers of paint. I won't film me painting the second layer, but I will do 2 layers ultimately. All right, I waited for it to dry. I clipped the ends a little bit, and this is sort of the basis of the wand that I'm gonna be making. The next step is to plug in your hot glue gun and get ready to add some magical details. Okay, this next part is a bit tricky, but it is absolutely worth it. This is what I say turns a stick into a wand. So you can use your hot glue gun to add all sorts of decorations and sort of details that you might, the wands from the movies are very elaborate, much more than I expected them to be when I was reading the books. So I'm gonna start by going around the base of my wand, and I'm just gonna add a little handle. Very simple, just a little ridge at the top, and you want to keep spinning it or else all the glue is going to go to one side. Hot glue is fun, but it's a little bit tricky to deal with. So, sorry if you can't see, let me try to adjust this. So, like I said, I'm just adding a small ring around the base, and that's where my hand's going to hold it. And the nice thing about hot glue is that it does dry pretty quickly. So you can see my first ring there. Wait for it to dry a little bit. And now I'm gonna add another one along the bottom. And that's gonna be my handle. Very simple. Takes a little practice with the glue gun. Again, the nice thing about these wands is they're very easy to do, and you can use mostly stuff you already have at home probably. So if you mess up one, you have a couple practice wands before you make your final one. I'm gonna add a little, I've never done this before. You could probably, if you had like some sort of precious glass bead or something, you could add it to the bottom. That'd be pretty neat. I don't have one, so I'm not going to do that today, but it's a possibility. And I apologize again. I think that it keeps going out of range. So I'm just gonna put a little dollop of glue at the bottom. Wait for that to dry a little bit and add a little bit more. Again, you can get as snazzy with these as you like. I found this really cool sparkly hot glue on, I think, Etsy or one of those websites you can get for pretty cheap. A whole bunch of different colored sparkly glue sticks. So now that that's drying, let me just make sure it's hot. Oh, okay, still a little sticky. Note to you guys out there, don't touch it before it's dry, or else you'll end up with a weird little pointy thing on your wand. That's okay. No 2 wands are alike, I think is what Ollivander would say. So while we're waiting for that to dry, I'm gonna flip it around and I'm actually gonna add some decorations to mine. So common decorations, you can do a spiral all the way around. I think I might do that today. You can make it look like there are branches. You could add a bunch of spikes if you're really more skilled with the glue gun. It's a lot of fun to really practice and see what sort of weird and cool wand designs you can come up with. So I think since my wand has a little bit of a ridge from the paper, I think I'm gonna follow that ridge with my glue gun and make a sort of spiral. Let me see if I can do that and keep it on camera. If not, I will take a brief intermission and come back to you guys. So I'm gonna try to spiral and glue and also not burn myself at the same time. That's another thing, please don't burn yourselves. Please have the utmost caution while using a glue gun. This will not be my best wand because I'm not used to doing it on camera, but I think it will still turn out pretty snazzy. It won't be my worst, that's for sure. Oh, I think I just lost my glue. All right, let's take a brief break. I will be back with my finished product and you can keep working on yours. All right, how'd it go? I did finish mine off camera because it is sort of difficult to use the hot glue gun while trying to keep the camera steady, but it's a little sloppy, but it did turn out pretty well in the end. So I've got my handle here. I decided to go with that spiral pattern up and down, and then I added a couple of flourishes just for fun, and then a little nub at the end that looks like I'm casting a spell. Like I said, when it comes to the wands, you can decide what kind of wood you're going to use. This is holly green, so it makes sense that it would be a holly wand. You can also choose what the core is made of. So since this is sort of yellowish, I figured it would be a good phoenix feather core. If you were doing black, it could be like a thestral core. Red could be a dragon heartstring. Clear or white would be like a unicorn tail hair. So yeah, one of the great things about Harry Potter is how unique and creative it is, and you can be unique and creative with your wands when you do this. If you like, share this with your friends, and feel free to comment what's your favorite Harry Potter book in the comments below. My favorite is the 5th book, Order of the Phoenix, and if you stop by the library and bring it up, I will talk to you for hours about it. Happy birthday, Harry, and I hope you enjoyed the wand making tutorial. And good luck.